motherfuckers on.
You are now entering the house that BMU built. Get ready to laugh, be entertained, pissed off, held accountable, and to just have some damn fun. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button when you get in here. Take some time to also hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen or that Super Chat to support the Black Man Unfiltered Network. Let's get ready.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah.
I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead. Picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah. Isn't it lovely?
You are now entering the house that BMU built. Get ready to laugh, be entertained, pissed off, held accountable, and to just have some damn fun. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button when you get in here. Take some time to also hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen or that Super Chat to support the Black Man Unfiltered Network. Let's get ready to talk. You are now entering the house that BMU built. Get ready to laugh, be entertained.
3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rental. We some owners, baby, we don't got no rent due. Might trick, but my wife, you like to trick too. Merry Christmas, hey, Saint Nick. What we want, get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't make sense. Have patience, that'll make sense. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. Picking up the slack, joining this prime way, I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, no cap. put in all work, now I'm getting to the bag. 25-8, I got money on my mind. Live life great, but I'm always on the grind. Navy blue tank, I don't wear it for the time. Real hustler, baby, throw my rollie in the sky.
Get ready for blast off.
Ball pointing cushy, so you know it's berserk. Trevor on the mix, so you know we gon' work. I might leave in one, find a beach and go surf. I'ma ride the wave till I'm out of this earth. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. What's going on? The Vivid Voice of YouTube is in the building tonight. How you doing tonight, my brother?
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Man,
what's happening, man? What's happening?
Man, you know what, man? A lot, bro. You know, I was reading on the subject tonight. We're going to hop right into the subject, but I was reading about this, and I did not know that the Me Too movement have been trying to disband the Bible since 2013.
Probably longer than that, man.
Feminist movement, I'm sorry.
Oh, I know it's been longer than that if that's the case. At least since 79.
They even took it to court. They even took it to court to get the Bible removed because it's harmful to women, their physical, mental, and spiritual health. Wow. All right, guys, welcome to the show tonight. Another Flippin' Tables. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button as you come through the door. We are glad that you are here. Also, guys, make sure you don't tell me you love me. Show me you love me. Hit the Cash App or hit the Super Chat. Let us know that you are appreciating what we have going on here. Before we do start, though, I just want to take a moment here. Let me find the right one. I want to take a moment for our sister from another mister. If you have not heard, our sister, Miss Jenny, who has a show on this platform called Candid Conversations with a Housewife, lost her husband in a horrific car accident, and so we want to take a moment tonight to have a moment of silence for her and the baby. They have a new baby. And we just want to take some time to show them some love and have a moment of silence. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right. Shout out to you. We love you, Miss Jenny. Rest in love to your husband. And we pray for you and your baby as you guys continue to keep moving forward. So we'll remove ourselves for just a moment and have a moment of silence. We'll be right back. Anything that you wanted to say, Lost to Miss Jenny?
You know what, man? It's. Let me tell you, it's never easy, man. Losing a loved one, especially your spouse, and especially when you don't expect it. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's like that we're just getting started, man.
Yeah.
And to have something like that happen is tragic. But I would like to say this though. For those who have helped, I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Because y'all have no idea how much that helps people in their time of need. You know, people like to say what they want to say about the community. But like I told BMU the other day, I said, I'm proud. I'm damn proud of this community for coming together. You know, we laugh and we shuck and we jive or whatever, but when it comes down to helping and supporting one another,
we do it.
This community is unmatched. And for that, I want to tell everybody thank you.
Yep. Same here, man. Even when you sent that message and I went back and looked, because when I donated, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to donate some more because we gotta get to that number. And then when you text me, I said, what? So I went back and looked. I said, man, everybody stepped up, bro.
Yes, they did.
They did. They went over the amount. So I'm on the same train that he's on tonight. Thank you guys for who had the ability to give, and the ones that didn't have the ability to give, and you sent a prayer. We thank you also for sending your prayers to Miss Jenny. We love you, Miss Jenny. We're praying for you and the baby. And again, like Loss said, loss is not. It's one of those things that you have to carry for the rest of your life, But we know that you're strong, and you know that you have your family here. We're always here for you, and always going to be checking on you. And we love you. We really do. Really do. All right, man. So, Lord, that's sad, man. When I got the news, I couldn't believe it.
Me neither, man.
I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I had to message her. I was like, "Is this true? Somebody playing?" She's like, "No, they're not playing." She said, "It's true." Oh.
As soon as you told me, man, I got instantly sick to my stomach, man.
Yeah, man, my heart dropped. Man. I was like, "What?" Somebody as good as her too, man. Faithful, loving, caring woman. Just, yeah, man. But God knew. God knows she can handle it. She know God is on her side. She's strong. She can handle it. I think she did a video today talking about it. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. I was at work. So she can handle it. She can handle it. If anybody can, she can. But shout out to Miss Jenny. She lost her husband in a tragic accident. And we're going to keep her lifted, keep her prayed up as we continue on tonight. All right, guys, as you can see, hit the like button, subscribe as you come in. Also hit the share button. All three of those things are free. If you want to donate to the channel, don't tell me you love me, show me you love me. Hit the Cash App, which will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen momentarily, and or hit the Super Chat and let us know that show us some good old love. Okay? All right, so scrolling now. Here we go. Yeah, Anissa. Yeah. Anissa, you want to come up? Did I send you the link, Anissa? I thought I sent it to you, sweetheart. If I didn't, I apologize. I'll send it to you now. But yeah, so we're going to bring up our brother from another mother as we get this started tonight. We're going to bring up none other. All right, let's get to the shenanigans. None other than...
Get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, our pain in the building.
Yeah, at least I pay homage to the box.
Yeah. You do. I'm so proud of you I'm so proud that you took that cape off, because you used to have that cape around your throat.
What you talking about?
Yeah, man. Back in the day when you first got on YouTube, you was paying.
I'm the same guy, man. The same guy. It's just articulated better. That's all.
Oh, okay. Arpane, how you doing, man?
All right, man. It's really tough about Miss Jenny. I did pop into her podcast yesterday.
Yeah, so she did have one yesterday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, lady's strong though.
That's a strong woman. It is. I mean, effeminately strong, not.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Picking up a log and throwing it across the street. Strong. Anissa, you should have it now, sweetheart. Yeah, you should have it. But what's been going on with you guys, man? What's been going on with you? We'll start with you, R-Pain. What's going on with the family? How y'all doing over there?
Just chilling out, man. That's all. You know,
Good.
it's not even getting better. Hold on for a second. I'm trying to fix the camera a little bit. There you go. At least I have a neck. Yeah, everything's cool, man. You know, I'm just popping around, man. That's all. We did the live yesterday. That 21, just like my public service announcement yesterday about women starting to talk about bragging about not having babies out of wedlock.
Right.
I think that's a new thing that is actually okay.
Absolutely. Also, I happen to be strolling through the internet, and shout out to Mr. He Said and Miss She Said. Happened to be on there live. Did you get a chance to watch it, Lost?
No, I hadn't had an opportunity, man.
Yeah, they called us out over there on some things that we said on the podcast. Something specifically that you said as well on the podcast. And I'm trying to remember what it was, but God damn it, I'm old. And I don't remember. But yeah, so I'm going to invite him over. It was something about the subject that we talked about last Tuesday. We were talking about the boy getting, I think it was the boy did the stabbing or something. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Oh yeah, you mean the Metcalf?
Yeah. And then then Taki came up on and talked about what happened to me in her situation on the live as well. So we'll get into it later. But I do want to say this, man. This subject we're talking about tonight, boss man, if you're not busy or not over there curling your hair or getting the toe fungus from between your toes, you could come on the panel tonight as well, my brother. But yeah, so tonight, the Bible is considered hate speech. Lost in Translation already knows. He's already read up on this. R-Pain, did you know anything about this?
I know it from the Candace Owens ongoing battle with the small hats and just saying the phrase "Christ is King." They take it as an anti-Semitic slur, and she's fighting that battle all the time. I mean, it's hers to fight. I think she likes it, but yeah, I've heard this before. But I haven't really thought about it too much, but I know it exists.
Right. What are your thoughts about it after doing your research, Lost in Translation? What are your thoughts about the Bible becoming hate speech according to women?
Well, here's the thing. The Bible has never been really popular for people who want to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to have salvation, without doing anything or having to adhere to any guidelines. Basically getting something for nothing. I don't know about you, but there's no law in the universe that says you can get something for nothing. You know what I mean? There's the law of reaping and sowing, which says, hey, you reap what you sow. And that's the main reason why I don't really go back and forth with people, man, a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to reap some foolishness later on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason when I walk around and I watch all of these internet beefs going back and forth, it's not worth my time. You know what I mean? I remember Kevin said it. He said, I don't do beefs. I don't go back and forth with people because it's pointless. Because the minute something happens to somebody, then we're gonna be back to being best friends again. So I would rather not go back and forth with stuff like that. But for the main part, I think that the reason why people don't like the Bible is because it goes against their own fleshly ways, the things that they really want to do. And for the most part, anytime you say something that goes against what somebody wants for their fleshly needs, instead of actually overcoming whatever that is, it's always going to be a situation where they're going to nitpick and try to rip stuff apart instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to do the right thing. Because the right thing is boring. We already know for a fact most people don't like excitement anyway. You know what I'm saying? They want to do what they want to do. What's happening, Jeff?
Fellas, what's going on?
What's going on,
Oh, brother.
Y'all good?
Yes, sir. Good to see you, man.
Hey, man, good to be seen. Would have been here a little earlier, but had a meeting, run a little late.
Oh no, you good, man. We was kicking a shout out to Miss Jenny. You know, she lost her husband in a car accident.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Prayers out to Sister Jenny, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't know if you knew or not, but
Nah, man. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's tough, man.
Bruh. It's the randomness of it all. I'm actually working on a movie idea about the randomness of death. And well, I can't spit the movie idea out. It's funky, but yeah, man. It's you really don't. I was just talking to my wife about how vivid I can remember my entire life. I'll be 60 in a few weeks, and I can vividly remember my life. And nigga, I was 19 summer before last. It goes fast. It go fast, man. A decade, and that's what it is. We don't understand how fast a decade goes by. And the most important decade, the most important 11 years of an individual's life is from 19 to 30. But nobody tells you that. Nobody. I'm actually doing some things. I'm in some businesses. Y'all about to see them pop with my sons. And I have a son that's 35 and a son that is 18. And me and my 35-year-old son can say to the 18-year-old, congratulations, you're the proud recipient of nepotism. My father didn't start a business with or for me right out of high school. My father didn't tell me how to buy land, how to buy credit, how to buy credit. My father didn't tell me that. None of the things I'm telling you. I had to fuck up really bad to learn this shit. So congratulations, I can give this to you now. Now, because of this bucket of greenery behind me, I cannot figure out why the fuck I brought that up. I'm sure it's important to something. But I guess to land my plane, this life shit goes ultra fast, and I just hope these young cats that like to poo off our advice, it's not even a hope. I feel sorry for them, because at some point their youth are going to look to them for wisdom, and they're not going to have any. They got to look over them and find us. I'll just land it there.
So one of the things I want to throw out here real quick, hate speech. Can someone give me your thoughts about what we need to get to the root of it. So what is hate speech? What is it? I don't want to Google it. I just want to hear it from you guys. What is hate speech?
Hate speech is propaganda steeped in fear. That's exactly what that is. It's propaganda steeped in fear. It's like where you want to share your fear of something with everybody else, and you have to cook up a fantastic story so everybody can get a big gumbo bowl full of that. You know what I'm saying? And spread it around so the other people don't have to feel left out because of the way that they feel. So hate speech is one of those things, man, where they try to recruit others to share in their misery and fear.
Uncle Jeff?
I'm gonna say that hate speech is the language of the low frequency thinker. I'm gonna say that it's anytime, and it's really just kind of tag and lost hand. Anytime you can find a reason, because that's usually what it is. It's usually steeped in ignorance and some part of your own insecurity. Anything else is just speaking fact. Brother Minister Farrakhan has been accused of hate speech many times. I've never seen him be accurate about that. I've heard him called a race baiter, an instigator, Jew hater. Hey, I'm rhyming. But I've never heard him called a liar. I've never heard one person ever say Minister Farrakhan is lying. So that means you just don't like the way he put the truth to you. Well, fuck yourself. That's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with how true what he had to say is. So, because number one, he doesn't operate on a low frequency. Number two, he doesn't operate from any place of ignorance. And number three, he stays fact. If you do the reverse of that, you're over in the hate speech.
Payne?
Yeah, well, first, I think hate speech is defined by the people in power, right? And it's used as a tool to quell communication and criticism. So you can call a black man a nigger all you want and get away with it right here on YouTube, but you can't say something about a Jew, right? And it could just be just as heinous, right? So it's defined by the people in power. I mean, right now, YouTube defines what hate speech is. You know, so, and we over here changing words and shit, you know, so we can stay, on things. So it's really defined by people in power used to censor other people's opinions. You know, so one man's hate speech is just another person's criticism. And of course, it depends on how you couch it and how you say it. I mean, there's real obvious hate speech when you say, hey, you this, or hey, you that, or your people are all this. But I'm not talking about it. It's a lot more subtle the way it's being used, just like what they want to try to do to the Bible. You know, because the Bible actually is steeped in natural law, and feminists can't stand natural law. There's an antithesis of what they're trying to do. So that's how I look at it. You know, so if the men maintain power, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
Yeah, I agree. Hate speech for me is a person's excuse to deny reality. That's what hate speech is for me. A person's who wants to deny reality. They use hate speech. They use those words to make it heavy enough so they won't have to. Because some things in the Bible are just black and white. And they say it's hate speech. Let me give you a few. All right, I have them listed here. Leviticus 18:22 says, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination." The LGBTQ community says that is hate speech, and it's in the Bible is homophobic, and that should be removed from the Bible. I'll give you another one. If a man lies with a man, Leviticus 20:13, if a man lies with a man as with a woman, both of them shall have committed an abomination and should be put to death. Their blood is upon them. They say that is hate speech toward the LGBTQ community. We'll start with that one and we'll move on from there. What are your thoughts on that? Anybody can jump in at this point.
Well, I think it's those passages of scripture are my number one and two reasons why I don't understand how two gay men can stand in a building that's not a Pizza Hut in front of a man that's not a plumber in front of with a book and swear into a book that's not the yellow pages and say that they are married. It's very clear. God ain't clear on what color car you ought to drive. But he's kind of clear about what y'all finna do to celebrate this union that you're doing in his house. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying, how do you do it here? And how do you justify that? How do you get to pick out? And again, I am nobody's Bible bumper. I've read it twice, but I'm not, but we ain't gonna even go down that road. What I'm calling is a flag on the play. I said flag. If you're going to profess a love for this God, you need to explain what your relationship is with God, the God in this book, as you sin directly in front of him of something he is clear is an abomination. It's clear. We can argue all day about food and how the cloven hoof, and then you want to jump in the New Testament so you can eat chitlins and say that all things have been made clean and whatever. Okay, fine. We can argue that. How do we argue this? That's what I'm.
Our pain.
Our pain, you're mute.
Yeah, I know. I don't have anything else to add. I mean, just based on the question, again, it's if let me tell you this. Let me put it this way, based on the question you asked. This would be more prevalent.
Hold on. Did you hear the verses that I read?
Yeah, I was going to hit those.
Okay, go ahead.
Stuff like that. I was going to just say that and I'm going to tie this to the politics of it and the power of it. If Kamala Harris would have won, right, they might have more standing because they would kind of dictated how the LGBT alphabet mafia was operating. Donald Trump came in, they lost a lot of steam. Not only just lost a lot of steam here, but even in England, they just had that ruling about transgenderism. So, so now the power that they could have wielded with the right people with power behind them, they might have been able to make a stronger case. Now nobody really cares because they're not really, at least for 4 years, they're not going to be calling the shots. So it has a power dynamic to all of that kind of stuff. So right now, it is what it is. Nobody's taking those passages out of King James Version. They could argue about it, but it's not going nowhere.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, but does anybody read the Bible in school anymore though? Not in public schools. You can't even do it. So that whole Bible is restricted in public schools. So there you have that too.
Austin translation.
You know what? I find it funny that people go out of their way to ban the Bible, but they don't mention anything about the Quran.
Beat me to it.
Come on now. I was just thinking about something our Payne said a minute ago, and he said that hate speech is wielded by those in power. I would surmise that it would actually be the opposite. Hate speech is wielded by those who are not in power, looking to extract power from those who do. They use shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right to leverage their position. But the problem with that is that whenever you hold truth to light, it don't always quite add up. It's like what Jeff was saying a minute ago. You can put two men together all day long, but it's not going to create no family. It's going to be them two. Biologically, it doesn't make sense. And, the killing part about it is everybody knows this, but for some strange reason, we want to make a big deal out of it. When we have a whole entire world of problems that we need to solve, we want to take out this little portion of a situation that doesn't add up to anything, something that's not fruitful, something that does not multiply, and it takes our focus away from other things that are more important. And to make it bigger in the grand scheme of everything is a shame to society itself, because we could be focusing on other things. You know what? Last week when I was looking at the comment section of the live that we had, and there was some people that were in there talking about you guys with these internet talking points. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? They love saying stuff like that, but they never go into detail on exactly what we were talking about. And I usually don't argue with people in the comment section, but it brought something to my attention, is that people like to hear themselves talk. They don't back up nothing they want to say. They just want to just talk about those who are producing, so to speak. They don't understand what it takes to get up here every single week, to come up with topics, you know what I'm saying? To come up with thumbnails, to rely on the talent, skills, and the power of those who come up here and to talk. But for them to get up here and say in the comment section, you're not doing anything, throwing their little rocks from the peanut gallery. And you go to their page and it's like 3 people subscribe, no content, but they always got something to say. You know what I mean? It's always those who always say, hey, y'all don't need to be listening to them podcasts and all this. Well, what are you having to offer? Sir, what are you having to offer? You see what I'm saying? What are you adding to the conversation besides don't listen to them?
Well, remember, all haters hate up. Anything else is just bullying.
Absolutely.
And so let me just add one thing. I use the word defined by the people in power, not necessarily wielded, but I don't disagree with what you just said, Lit. The truth of the matter is, yeah, the weak people who who might be wielding this kind of power up, they have strength if they coincide with the people in power. For example, the powerless, like for example, women, right? They have all the rights they have, up to and even including what hate speech is. It's based on the benevolence of men. Every power that a woman has in America, the way they live in the West, is really at the behest of men. It's at the good graces of men, because they don't have any power to maintain that without men. So all the stuff the Me Too movement and all the movements of the things that we say, the fact that they can accuse a man of the most egregious things and have their names hidden, those things are, wielded by the people. Let them do. The people in power let that happen, because I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think you should be able to put a man's name out there without any kind and destroy his life in the public eye without any kind of due process, which is the new buzzword these days. So anyway, I don't know, man. So it's a tough. We can make it complicated, but it just really isn't. I mean, if you're in favor with the people who define, who have benefit of you being that so-called special group, anything said against them is going to be some kind of egregious thing. Look what's happening to Harvard. So there you go.
What's happening to Harvard?
Well, the whole thing with the president's trying to take away their rights to be a sovereign organization. And some of his points might be true, but it's all based on the fact that they had some anti-Semitic things going on, or else he wouldn't even be talking to them. So he's trying to protect one group, and he's trying to punish Harvard for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's overreaching there, but in some aspects. In some aspects, he's not. But you got to get into all the details, and I don't want to drive this whole.
Yeah. I got to get. I'll figure. I got to do that's my homework. I got to do that. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying that in general, because it's a whole. You could go down that tunnel, and we could talk about that all night. Well, we could.
One of the other things that is hate speech, if you move from homosexuality to marriage. And one of the ones that Anissa did not like when we brought it up was Deuteronomy 24:1. This is on the list of hate speech, guys. Deuteronomy 24:1 says, it states, if a man finds his wife displeasing and discovers something indecent about her, he can divorce her by giving her certificate of divorce and handing it to her and send her out his house. What are your thoughts?
Let me ask you a question. How often does that really happen? Think about it. Most cases,
how many people know they can do it? Come on.
I mean, you know you can do it, but think about it. Most cases, most guys pick the woman that they want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why would you get rid of the thing that you wanted? To me, that don't make sense. You know what I mean? So whenever people try to apply stuff, I gotta ask the question: well, what's the context in this situation? Is it indecency? Did she do something wrong? Is she, you know what I mean? Did she not present herself as to be a wife and to be something else?
Yeah.
So if a man get rid of you,
yeah.
If a man gets rid of the thing that he wants, that's saying a lot, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying a lot.
Uncle Jeff?
I think I think what women resent most, and especially in this war between us, this gender war, quote unquote, is anything that looks like the upper hand. And to be able to have the luxury to take or leave a woman from marriage, I think is what they take the most offense to. More than the actual more than I'm hurt that you would do this, more than I'm ashamed that I was not able to make this relationship work, is who the fuck you think you are. That is the core of their insult to me, to this, because it's not about it's not about having the right to still stay horrible, because that's where you get into why good women don't hold bad women accountable, because if you do, then you've just revoked your own license. So most times they don't want to do that. This ain't that. This is really, nigga. So you can leave me. Okay.
Here, everybody went on that one.
Yeah, I agree with Jeff. I mean, it's really, I mean, that's at the heart of the gift basket in the back of Jeter's car. You know, women don't. You can't have all of this and just leave unscathed. You know, that's why they don't want to get rid of no fault of force. You know, just for no other reason, they don't want you to leave unscathed. And saying, you know, and just having the last word on that. I agree with that shit. Man. That's women. They can't even admit, like even with the Tracy Ellis, you know, instead of just saying, I never want to be under a man's covering, she had to say, men of her caliber are toxic. But they're not toxic. They're just not going to put up with your bullshit.
Did you watch the entire interview?
No.
You muted.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she said that.
Hold on for a second.
She said in that interview while he's gone, she did an interview with Michael Obama, and Michelle was agreeing. She said she dates younger men because younger men are not traditional. Younger men, they accept the LGBTQ, they accept gender equality, they accept all these other things. So she wants younger men because they accept those things. Older men her age are more traditional, and they don't believe in homosexuality. They don't believe in, you know, gender equality. They believe in man as the leader, and so on and so forth. That was her comments.
Yeah, and she calls that toxic masculinity.
And she said that's toxic masculinity. And Michelle Obama sat there and agreed with her throughout the whole damn thing, which makes her. And you wonder why you're hearing rumors of Barack Obama chilling with Jennifer Aniston. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother.
I think one has made the other.
Yeah.
I think the Barack with Jennifer has made the Michelle with you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna start speaking my mind on this bullshit. Okay, I played this game with this nigga forever. My life is forever changed. Fucking around with this dude. I'm finna say what I want to say.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna do another hate speech. The Bible is considered hate speech because of this verse as well. For the lips of an adulterous woman drip like honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to earth. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. This is this whole part. They say that this is teaching men to be what do you call it when you're against women?
Misogynistic.
There we go. This is teaching men to be misogynistic. It says here, because this is a man speaking to his sons about women. He says, now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. Let strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich your house of another. At the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. Because of her, you will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I will not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instruction. Two more. And I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Drink water from your own house, running water from your own well. Should springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares. Let them be yours alone, never to be shared with that woman. But then if you hop down to 19, because I'm going to skip these two. 19 says, a loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you never be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife or a toxic woman? Lord have mercy. Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? For her ways are not full in the Lord, and shows no examples of her paths to him. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. That is misogynistic. It should not be in the Bible. That a man teaching his sons to stay away from wayward women.
Well, to me, real quick, I mean, that whole passage just really strengthens my argument that women actually control the sexual marketplace, and men need to learn how to navigate through it other than just play willy-nilly in it. And we see examples of that. Oh, look what's going on with Shannon Sharp. And the age of discernment is not a group thing. Some men never get it. You can't be 50-something years old and still be an ass.
And
okay.
To add to that, I want to define what wayward means. Wayward means difficult to control or predict because of an unusual, perverse behavior. The Bible says, stay away. He's teaching his sons to stay away from a wayward woman, which is a woman who is difficult to control or predict because of an unusual, perverse behavior. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
I agreed with 97% of what you said there.
Internet.
Damn.
Come on, Jeff.
Lost one. We're gonna go to you, Lost one. What are your thoughts?
Cliffhanger. We got a cliffhanger going on.
Man.
What do you think about the wayward woman?
Listen, man, there's more than one way to skin a cat, And I think sometimes we lean on the version of the cat we can skin that's the easiest. But at the end of the day, if you're more focused on being the better version of yourself you wouldn't have time to entertain those who don't add up to what you have going on.
Right.
And you know what the sad part about it is, it's easier to explain to people what not to do than it is for them to do for themselves. I understand that is a challenge because it requires inner work. But if I were actually trying to tell my sons what to look for, I just say, hey, look, what is it that you want out of life? You know, focus on what you're doing. And then once you do that, then you'll know who to add and what not to add.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And that way you don't have to say, hey, look out for this person. Just ask yourself, you know, why do they do the things that they do? Don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it, because generally most people act out of their own selfishness and insecurities. It's just like we talked about this whole luxury bag thing that came out of China, and people are mad because, you know, they had been getting duped by the luxury houses. You know what I'm saying? Saying they were overcharging us thousands of dollars to get the same thing that was getting made in China. Well, the thing about it is, you still was buying the same thing out of China. You just didn't want to make it like you was a fool. Now, when it was cool for you to spend that kind of money and you thought it was making you be something that you weren't, it was okay. But as soon as somebody says, hey, you're an idiot for spending that amount of money, then now all of a sudden it's sour grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, you know, it ain't that really good over there, made out of China, you know, when about 80 to 90% of the whole dadgum bag is made over there. But my whole thing is this: you have to ask the question, what was it about that bag that satisfied something that was missing in you? You know? And sometimes that's hard to explain to a person. Instead of saying, hey, look, don't hang out with somebody who likes to buy luxury goods, because that's somebody, you know, who's going to cause ruin. They're going to spend up all your money, you know what I'm saying, that you work hard for, you know, 60, 70 hours a week. So it's easier to teach people from a position of fear than it is from a position of power, especially if you haven't had a taste of power. Now, if you've had a taste of power, then it's easier to explain that. But if you've never had a taste of power, then the easiest thing to do is actually spread fear. And that's the main reason why fear is usually the paintbrush of those who are not in charge. If you ever listen to some of these women that get on TikTok and YouTube, they always tell you how their relationship went from lovey-dovey to a guy that's beating on them for the last 5 years. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened in between the part where y'all fell in love to the part where he has a restraining order? You're not giving us the meat and potatoes of what happened in the middle of this relationship. And to me, when people do stuff like that, I cannot take them seriously. I can't, because that person has always been that person. And if they hadn't, then that means that the influence that is you changed them into something that you didn't like. And if that's the case, then it's something that's on the inside of you that needs to be fixed and not them. And that's the reason why I say it's a whole lot easier to point to the destruction of somebody else than it is to point to destruction inside yourself.
Uncle Jeff, you was just about to stir the gumbo, man.
I was, man, and then I keep kicking my own ass out of here. I don't. It ain't even. This is my dumb ass. Okay. What I was gonna say was I didn't even realize I was out of here. I was just talking.
Oh man.
Our pain. I agreed with most of what you said. I just don't agree that women control the sexual marketplace. They used to. They used to in your day and in my day. Back when I tell young cats, pussy ain't just got good summer before last. It's been good a long time. It's toppled nations since the beginning of mankind. It's just never had the competition it has now. Okay, think about it. 1979, Pong came out. It's first video game. Just two little hands, boop, boop, going back and forth with a little ball. That's it. Have you seen Call of Duty, nigga?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Pussy got to compete with World War II now. It got to compete with the playoffs when you play Madden. It's got to compete with my favorite car when I play Gran Turismo. It's got to compete with my desire to just blow motherfuckers up in the middle of the street when I play GTA. Girl, I can just jack off and think about you and do this, and I ain't got to deal with your bullshit. Now, you couple that with these young dudes that saw their fathers and uncles go through hell at the hands of their mamas and aunties.
Yeah. Okay.
They know, listen to the music, bro. Listen to the music. I don't know who pissed off the songwriters, but god damn, they are not playing. You stupid ass bitch, I don't fuck with you. Nigga, that ain't Tears of a Clown. Smokey Robinson loved his mama. That nigga that wrote I Don't Fuck With You does not fuck with his mama. Yeah, that's what that is. That is when this is a multi-headed thing that has come back to roost. It's back. Yeah, this shit, these kids you raised, they back. They back. The nigga you complained about, the nigga you complained about, late, yes. Say this and land it. Young ladies, the nigga you complain about was raised by a woman that's raised him the same way you raising your son. Please see that circle.
I hear you. I hear you. Just point.
So at the end of the day, when it comes to the Bible, and you know that it's considered hate speech,
sure.
As men, what is our role in helping these women when it comes to dismembering or erasing verses from the Bible to help them?
What is our role?
Yeah.
I'd love to go first.
Not us, but yeah, but you know. Go ahead.
I'd love to go first.
Yeah.
This question reeks of Noah's disease. Okay. What was Noah's job when it started raining? Close the fucking door. That was Noah's job. Not tell y'all to pray, not tell y'all to repent, not tell y'all to change your ways, not tell y'all to get a close relationship with the Creator, not respect your family, not listen to the Creator's voice. It's raining, Noah. I told you to go collect these animals in your family and get the fuck on this boat. That's what I told you to do. So Noah got to hear some of his homies and some of his relatives drown. And there's a group of people that we ain't gonna have to tell shit. I want you, please, here's what you do. If you think that the Bible has hate speech in it that has to do with you aligning yourself with the Creator and your man, please make yourself known so we know to avoid you. There's too many of you. Dear Black women who are getting upset, those of you who are balling your fists up right now, understand that there are 2 million more of you before we count the women around the world that are lining up to fuck us and pushing and shoving in said line. Before we count all the dudes you don't like for all the valid reasons you don't like them, we are outnumbered by 2 million of you. So if you think it's wise to come out your face with how doing, because you love the other parts of the Bible, you know, the parts that make you run around and show your panties when the music get right, you love those parts. But when it gets to these parts that you don't like, their hate speech, please, God, please show your hand, show us so we can write your monkey ass off.
I don't know how you're gonna go behind that, R-Pain, but go ahead.
Let Nick go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hey,
I'm
did
with
I go
Jeff
too
on this one,
long? I'm
man.
sorry.
Hey, warm up the French fry grease, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
You know what the killer part about it is? They're gonna
mad.
do it. They're gonna do it to themselves, man. They're gonna do it to themselves, and I don't have to say a word. You know what I mean? It's like I've talked enough. I said enough, and the Bible even says, "Let those who have ears hear." You know, and the killing part about it is those who have selective hearing, they're gonna hear what they want to hear. Just like we were talking about this Tracy Ellis Ross thing. And she was like, I would rather be alone than to be in a relationship with somebody that's bad for me. She said that like having an option of having somebody who's good for her was not even an option. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like sitting there sifting through the trash that they feed themselves. It makes me wonder, you know, can you guys read the room? Hollywood is real slow at reading the room. Normally, they would actually be the ones who are writing the story to the room. But lately, they have been really slow. If you look at Disney, Disney has not been moving at the speed of society lately. They're still pushing this agenda, and it's costing them billions of dollars because they don't know how to pivot. You know, and when I hear Tracy Ellis Ross talk this talk, baby, that was 2020 language. We had somebody named Kevin Samuels to come through here and Media Man to come through here and debunk all this trash y'all talking about with facts, data, and statistics. You know, so whenever you hear somebody say, well, I would rather be alone than to be with somebody who's bad for me. Have you tried somebody who's good for you? Is that a possibility?
I think we gotta dig into good and bad. Okay. I'd rather not eat if good means good to taste. I'd rather not eat Brussels sprouts and green beans. I would rather not eat if I can't have a Snicker. I'd rather not eat if I can't have no cotton candy and Kool-Aid, because they're good. They're good to you. Okay, these old broads that talk this shit always, I guarantee you, what she is setting you up for is the himbo she gonna be with. A himbo is a dude who's very handsome, but his shit is in shambles, so he can't tell you shit.
That's exactly right.
Of course.
Look at these, and Tracy Ellis Ross breaks the mold from this place, because I never thought Diana Ross was that good. She always looked like a wet rat to me. She was never attractive. But Tracy Ellis Ross hit the lotto. She built like a Coke bottle, and she is still beautiful. Terry McMillan, is that the one I'm thinking about? That one on Oprah with the green-eyed gay dude?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how she couldn't tell he was gay. Bitch, the whole world was looking. You didn't get it. Wasn't a clue when he caught the bouquet, bitch. This dude here is clearly out of your league. Clearly, if you was just working at the post office, you would not be with no 6'2" green-eyed dude, light skin, look like that. You wouldn't. But you get these dudes that are usually aesthetically out of your league. Like which for Tracy is not gonna be aesthetic. Oh, he gonna be good looking, but that nigga don't got your bread. That nigga don't roll how you roll. The niggas that roll how you roll already know your secrets. They already who gonna date you? Executives? They already know your secrets. Moguls of industry? Oh, before they get serious, they're gonna hire a private investigator to stick a clear umbrella up your ass and open it. They're gonna know everything about you. So they're not gonna fuck with you. That's on some professional shit. On the personal shit, A man that has amassed millions is not going to take that girlfriend shit from you. You're going to have to show up a woman. You can't show up as a girl with him. He got girls for that. That's not what he needs you for. He really, and that's the other thing. You, as an older woman, whether you want to be honest about it, you need to be needed by a man. And that man don't need you. A man that has this is why you see multi-millionaires with Tracy Ellis Ross money with either an average looking woman that's look like she about his age or maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. She average looking and she with that multi-millionaire or billionaire, that's because she's been there from the giddy up. Other than that, they with dimes. They with absolute dimes or their version of.
Mm-hmm.
They have no interest in kindling a relationship with somebody that eventually is going to ask this question. Do you know what your problem is? Why? Why? I'm 58 years old. I'm 59 years old. I'm 57 years old. If I want to make kids, I'm not going to make them with you. If I want to make a family, I'm not going to make it with you. I don't need to hang out to hear wisdom from you. Everybody around me wise. I like perky titties and happiness. And you know where I get that from? 25-year-olds. I don't give a shit. That's why I got this money. It is not a flex when you tell me that young girls hang around me for my money. I know that. That's why I have young girls hang around you for your dollars. Yes, that's why I have 92 million of them. You know, you're not so. There is no, dear Black women, let me make myself clear. There is no position you win from in this social game moving forward other than complete humility. Humility, submission, and a willingness to do your job. If you don't come from them places, God bless you.
No, I agree. You know, it's funny. I was on This Might Be Risky, and we had a similar question to this, right?
Shout out to Hamp.
Right. So the question really was, I asked the dudes, I said, my time is gone. I have my wife. I'm here. I said, I think what the men of the future need to do is weigh whether trying to fix the broken women of today or just create a new community for yourselves with women who want to follow. What's the best use of your energy? And I say it's the die is cast for all the women who believe in that shit. You can't change those minds. I don't think it's worth the energy to try to. I just think finding women who want to follow your leadership in your natural state as a man and as the leader, and just move forward and find those women, whether they're Black or not. That's all I said. That was my conversation. So, and that's it.
And again,
I think that's the future.
And again, R-Pain, I agree with 97% of what you just said.
Okay. What's
the 3% is real simple. Find the women.
Okay.
They ain't gonna have to find them. According to Isaiah 4,
no.
They're gonna find you.
Okay.
You
I misspoke. Just move and they'll find you. Yeah, that's true.
But bruh, you ran it 97 yards. Okay.
I sold the ball.
You got tackle. You got tackle. I just brought it across the 3-yard line. That's it. That's you. I gotta give it all to you, man.
You're right.
That was the only thing to me. This is what I tell brothers, man. Y'all done heard me say this before. You don't get pussy, you give out dick. Who gets it? I think 100% of the owners, this is where me and R-Pain fall out. The only way to empower men against unwanted pregnancy is to teach these men that it is 100% their fault. There's no other way, because there's too much at stake here. You have this hemp, cut the light on in my head with this. You have no right to tell a woman how to be responsible with the seed you give her. Your time to be responsible with it is before you shoot it. After that, you have no say in responsibility. None.
Right.
If she wants to keep it and you don't, too bad. If she don't want to keep it and you do, too bad. And one of you is financially on the hook to the point that you can go to prison. So knock this shit off with what she ought to have and the birth control bruh. That's how they getting you. Well, you shouldn't have done it. That's all they really? That's all they got to say is, well, you shouldn't have done it. And you still, a person who can look you in the face and say that, and people who can co-sign that level of flat out wickedness, if you can leave that much of your future in their hands, I'm not blaming them.
Yeah, true.
Sorry to take a dirt road with this one. I apologize, Lit. It just came out, dude.
Let them use you.
This, any dude, I'm open to debate. If you see this, hit me. Any dude that disagrees with the fact that any woman you get pregnant is 100% your fault, let's debate.
You know what the funny part about it is, Jeff, is that most guys don't want to put the woman through the test because they want what they want right then and there, you know? Because the leap from smashing it on the back seat to putting a woman through the test to be the mother of your children, to be your wife, is a longer road, you know, to satisfaction. So the problem is, if you've never been taught how to sift through, you know, the wrong type of women, then you're going to wind up with the wrong type of women, you know? That's the reason why you have to tell guys, focus on yourself. So that way you develop a better sifter and you'll know what works for you, what doesn't work for you.
I think we're also dealing with social hoe misuse. As a society, we have misused our hoes, and that's going to be a lot tougher a problem to rein in than here with there. It's a shameless plug, but what I'm sharing with you there, Lit, if you see it, this is coming very soon, almost done with the packaging. It's called Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. MIDC. Okay. This is going to help you to not be in the position of on the hook socially when all you wanted to do was deplete your sperm count. This shit right here, it's not, you can jack off with anything. That's not what this is for. This shit here is to take your little head out the game before you buy a car, before you go on a first date, before you make a big decision. You use Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. It's a great stocking stuffer. It's a fantastic stocking stuffer for grandparents, parents. Those of you who do not want to be grandparents next semester, send this with that young whore in your life back off to school. Little Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. This is an opportunity to fuck yourself before you fuck yourself. Use Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. Yeah, there. Figured I would.
That's wow.
In stores near you.
That's put it out.
You know what? At these days, man, that shit might even be able to make it on regular TV as a commercial.
Bro, look here. You about to see it. Look, our pain. I am pushing all my chips in on male important decision cream, shea butter, and lip balm, because I know how to make all of them from scratch, and I make them the shea butter I use comes straight from Africa. The only thing it got in it is African lady knuckle dust. Ain't no preservatives, nothing in it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna be hollering at y'all about it. But yeah, all jokes aside, I don't think we take sex seriously enough because we don't take our line seriously enough.
Talk about it.
We don't take you wouldn't just lay down with anybody if you knew who your great grandfather was, but you don't. So anybody could get it. It's not precious to you. You got to change.
We see some of that playing out, you know, with the young buck man and Anthony Edwards. He absolutely hates the woman he gave this baby to, and it's his fault. You know, it's his fault.
There you go.
But he absolutely hates this woman, man. You know what I'm saying? And by de facto, he don't want nothing to do with the baby, even though he knows that's his daughter. I mean, that's how far it goes. Whether he's going too far with that piece is another discussion, but that's part of it. He knows he was wrong, and he's been willy-nilly with his seed, and he hit one that's telling him front and center how stupid he is. And this is how it's manifesting itself. And it's not even about the money that she's trying to extract from him. It's that he just knows that he was an idiot.
Well,
no,
go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Arpain, what was his family makeup, man? Did he come from a 2-parent household? What was the situation?
I didn't dig into that. I didn't, I don't know. You know what the problem is? He might have. He seems to be pretty, if you hear him speak, right? It sounds like he actually read a book or two. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe that's something to look into. But he got caught up. So now I think this is what, fourth kid. He's 23.
Wait a minute, fourth kid.
Yeah.
Oh, he know what he doing, man. Jeff, go ahead, man.
Yeah, he know what he's doing, but he got the wrong one this time. You know what he's doing, but
I don't think he care, man.
Exactly.
But the way he's go ahead.
We brought up a lot. Okay, number one, 4 kids by 4 different women is only a disgrace for a commoner, not for a king. That's why people need to ease up off of Nick Cannon and what he's doing. He's creating a dynasty, but dumb niggas can't figure that shit out. When back in the day, when a king got a commoner pregnant, he did one of 2 things. He either made her a concubine or he deleted her. Period. So you didn't have to deal with this shit right here. What this young man is most guilty of is moving with his ego, because he could have paid a call girl $5,000 for the weekend and she would have flew in and let him shit in her hair if that's what he wanted to do. But no, he needs to feel that he is the man and that you want him for what he has accomplished, as opposed to being here purely because you are what I desire and I want you to help me deplete my sperm count. Those are 2 entirely different statements. Mm-hmm. One that a commoner can't even wrap his brain around. Commoners think it's simpish to buy pussy. No, it's not. Multi-millionaires don't think that way. They do it all the time. There is a profession. There's a multi-million-dollar business revolving around professional escorts. We are using our hoes wrong. There's a place for hoes. And this is it. But hoes ain't supposed to come back and blackmail you. This brother has a right to not like this sister. Is this sister jilted because he didn't want to start a family with her? No. This sister is smooth, straight up in the middle of town on some got your ass rich nigga. And everybody can see it. I think he hit her with the ultimate checkmate. Here, I'm not dealing with you on a day-to-day basis. I'm not getting into any of your drama with the niggas around you. I'm not getting into none of your jealous cousins. I don't want none of your double agent ass cousins that's trying to get a walk-on chance in the NBA. I don't want nothing to do. All I ever wanted to do with you was damn but that ass though. That's all I really wanted. You knew that. And the best thing that could have happened to you did. Your organs worked. And now we are metaphysically connected to the end of time and financially connected for the next 18 years. Oh, no, we're not. We're only financially connected to when this check clear. I don't blame that brother. I blame him. I don't blame him for the money move. I don't blame him for the child move. Because I understand what it's like to raise a child against the will of the mother. It's hell. It is hell. And I don't blame him for opting out of that hell. He did what financially most men want to do. Most men, if they could, that got the wrong woman pregnant, wish they could write her a check and say, let that baby come find me when it's 18. Most of us wish we could. You know what the equivalent of that is for poor men? Planned Parenthood. Or hey, let's celebrate. Let's go to Six Flags. Let's ride a roller coaster. That's what that is for men. That's what that is for men. If we had the money, if there would be more children walking around, if every horrible broad said, aha, I got you by this baby. He went, here's child support for 18 years. Now get the fuck on. There would be a lot, there'd be a lot less deletions. Because a lot of this is about money.
Right.
And everybody want to make it ugly when you really talk about it. Because you're only making it's if you leave it at face value, it's only ugly from the man's side. It's only ugly, it's only vulgar because he could write a check. But not one woman or man who says that says why it's vulgar that he has to. You know why that man has to write that check? Because you don't know this broad. He do. He got her pregnant. He know who she is. He know the niggas she hang around. He know his life. I ain't mad at that brother for anything other than hopefully he learned his damn lesson. Yes, you can be. I think a man should have as many women as he can be honest with. But them women need to be in line, and they need to be in line with your program. Please see Neo. I landed there.
Our pain.
No, I agree. I think I did a show here on Black Man Unfiltered about Nick Cannon. And when Dr. Bryant was trying to chastise him, I said, "What the hell is this bitch telling him how to work his seed?" Especially Nick, right? Since he seems like all his women agree with the situation that they're in. If they did, we would hear them chirping,
right?
Right on the internet, just like the rest of the women. But I don't hear anything, So obviously they're down for the program. So who am I to say, hey, listen, you shouldn't do that? That's his life. So anyway.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand is how the court can give the child to the person who doesn't have the resources. I've never been able to wrap my mind around that. Because if you did that, it would take away from people using their bodies as cash registers. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you don't understand that because you think the system is supposed to work some other way than it does.
Yeah, you're right.
It's working perfectly. It's not broken. You are wondering why your toaster. You right now. You're saying I just can't figure out why I can't cut my grass with my toaster. Your toaster's not made to cut grass. This system was never, ever meant to do anything other than what it's doing.
You're right, because it would be in the best interest of the child. You know, it's never been in the best interest of the child once you think about it.
For anybody. For anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It is never the women don't give a damn that the court don't give a damn about their kids. All they care about is winning or what looks like it. And if you're in pain and I get to do everything my way and then conveniently call myself a single mother because I shut you out, where do I lose? You lose at the end. You know, the place that the creator put the man in your life for so that he could help you see the end. You're supposed to help him with his plan. His plan includes the end. Yours does not. That part. That's what's missing. So I think we need to rethink where we are and understand it fully that these women will not be the problem of righteous, dependable, useful men. They won't. Because where we're going, you ain't gonna be able to very soon, our pain. Very soon, brother. You're gonna be in charge of some women that you're not fucking. You're gonna be in charge of some young men that are able-bodied and don't know what the fuck they doing. When you and the other wise men around you lay the directives down, what room do you have for these unruly ass broads? None. You can't be here because your behavior is going to cost us lives. No, we're not putting up with it. You'll do it exactly how I say it, or you will walk. Is that clear? And all I want is an answer to my question. All that other shit is for you to say when you get away from me and clean that shit up and work on it, because that's what it's going to take to stay here. We're going there, gentlemen. We're going there. There are women, bruh, the nation ain't going through this shit. You think all them, and them women ain't perfect. Them men ain't perfect. But do you think that them brothers in the nation is going through with they women what the rest of you niggas is going through in the nation with your women? I don't think so. I really don't. I ain't saying they perfect. They human, but they respectful. They have one God that they are in agreement how their home alignment goes with that God. They got that going for them that you don't. It ain't all sisters. It ain't all sisters in the nation. It ain't all sisters outside the nation. But whatever the number is big enough for us to have a problem with y'all as a whole. And that's what you need to focus on instead of us talking about it. Do something about it. Because if you don't, read Isaiah 4. Okay, I'm done.
You know what, man, Jeff? You know the problem that we have. The problem that we have is so much the women is some of the guys who paved the way for them to do the things that they do. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to talk about this next topic for the last week with these manufactured wins that the ladies want to get so bad. You know what I mean? They've been catching L's since KS left and before he got here.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden you look up their manufacturing wins. The latest win was this alleged trip to space with Gail King and the company calling themselves astronauts allegedly because they went to space. Now, mind you, they had no training, no space suits on. You know what I'm saying? None of this stuff.
Right.
But
You're
they
an
expect us to
astronaut.
believe.
You're an astronaut for riding in a space shuttle the way
Yeah.
I'm a scientist for riding a fucking roller coaster. If you don't shut the fuck up with that ignorant shit, what you learned how to use your seatbelt? Yeah. If you're an astronaut because you went into space on a spaceship, then you're a pilot because you rode Southwest. Get the fuck out of here.
It is hilarious, man. And the killer part about it is it's guys like Jeff Bezos who goes around cooking this stuff up. You see what I'm saying? They're supposed to be coming up out of this capsule that's supposed to be pressurized, but you got people opening it from the inside. What does that make sense, man? And then on top of that, the capsule is all clean and pristine.
Wait a minute.
And we just watch it just kick up all kind of dust.
Wait, say that again. How do you open a pressurized cabin from the inside?
Yes.
Well, number one, you stabilize the pressure. It's very possible to do. You can't do it if the pressure is destabilized. But if you even the pressure on the outside and the inside, you can open the door.
Yes. But here's my thing. Once the door was already open, what was this jazz about Jeff Bezos going to the door, acting like he was opening it up with this crowbar when the door was already open?
Well, that's a very easy answer.
Did it get stuck?
Excuse me. It's a very easy answer, Lit. Base level propaganda is not for you. Okay? You are a metaphysical, plant-based, holistic, raw food eater, and most of this shit is a nasty ass buffet in Old Vegas. That's what the crowbar was, a nasty ass left out warmed over pork chop. That's for people who eat nasty ass warmed over pork chops. You don't. You look right at that and went, nigga, that ain't no vegetable. That's some bullshit right there. But somebody else, brother, never underestimate the sheer stark naked stupidity of the American public. It's some dumb motherfuckers walking around.
You know, the funny thing about it is, man, people were saying that they were in space. They were not in space. They were on some airplane going up and down. And you can tell because everybody moved at the same time, which is the characteristics of those airplanes going up, creating 0G and going back down. Right. If you ever notice the people who were actually in space, their hair free floated into multiple different directions as if 0G should do that. You see what I'm saying? But in this particular situation, everybody moved at the same time. How is that possible when you guys are not linked to each other by rope or thread or nothing? That don't make sense to me. You know, and then they're going to turn around and say, well, have you been to space? And you ain't been to space either.
Look here.
Who you fooling?
I'm not a farmer, a superhero, or what is it? Okay, man. Yes, I'm not an astronaut, a farmer, or a superhero, but I can talk about the moon, cows, and Batman at dinner parties. I don't have to be an expert to have an opinion on it.
Right.
I don't have to. This this is a great place to hide. But people like to hide behind. When they don't like your point, they hide behind what they think you don't know.
Right.
I don't give them that. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't know. Now what? Now, did you change my opinion? You didn't. Let's keep moving. My point is still, your point is still perfectly valid. When you go out into space, zero gravity does not have to be created. It just is.
Right.
Okay. What you're talking about is the same way they train astronauts. As they go up high, and then right on the turn, right there, is zero gravity. And at that point is where they work on shit for however long they can maintain that. It's the same, it's the same feeling. You get zero gravity. If you jump on a trampoline, you ever jump on a trampoline and just totally relax when you start going high, you will feel at some point, right when you reach the height, before you come down, right before you can feel it in your stomach, that's zero gravity right there. You don't weigh anything. And then the earth starts to pull you down. That's what they experienced, but they experienced it way up. They're not astronauts. They didn't go live on a space shuttle. They didn't go through years of mathematic training. And it's a spit in the face to actual astronauts.
Yeah, but they're being trolled, though. The thing is, they're actually being trolled, right? I mean, everybody's trolling them, and rightfully so.
Yes, it backfired. You got a lot of old people calling these plays, and they're not working with these young people.
Shit. This shit is funny. I actually didn't pay any real attention to it. All I thought was all of these late people going up into space. One, I mean, I know Bezos has it, but just insurance-wise, that shit sounds crazy. I mean, actually going to space, actually doing all that stuff. I mean,
I'm sure you got to sign a waiver.
Yeah, like when people did in that submarine. You know what I'm saying? That went to go visit the Titanic.
Yep. Now you get to hang out with them. Now you're down there with them
forever.
Yeah, yeah. So all I'm just saying, it just like seemed like bullshit. And then what's the black one, Gail? I mean, she get belligerent about it. Listen, honey, you ain't no goddamn astronaut.
No,
you know.
And you know what, RP, the sad part about it is that there's nobody on network television like us questioning them. It's just like they got this free for all to say whatever it is they want to say and don't get challenged.
Well,
they get mad at us for having a microphone.
Only because they're women. If it was all dudes, man, they'd be all on. But just women, it's just crazy. That's just it's funny though, man.
I mean, it's all type of manufactured wins, man. I'm like, you don't have to manufacture a win. You've already won. You don't have to go to space because, yay, girl power. Rocket fuel. Fueled by feminism, all the way to the stars, to infinity and beyond.
Well, the big problem is that no one. You're trying to exceed in places nobody asked you to.
That's good.
No one asked you if you could play basketball as good as us. Nobody asked. We don't even look at. Nobody asked if you were as strong as us.
Right.
No one asked except you. You're the one who diminished what it is you naturally do and put what we do over what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you let the European concept of that poison you on what a man is supposed to be. That's where we are with this, is that you don't want, you say you do, but you don't want to do what here's a two-edged sword, and I'll land the plane. Ask any woman, is the most important job a woman can do the job of mother? Oh, absolutely. Well, doesn't that mean that maybe Oprah took a step down? Nobody want to deal with that.
Right.
Now you fucking with that. I done went to school for all this shit, nigga. What?
You know, I mean, you know, you could ask yourself, when you started realizing women started to really, really fall, or like where it started to matter. I mean, it didn't matter, but years and years ago, when I started noticing that they wouldn't want to be called actresses anymore, they wanted to be actors, right? They wanted to be
Right.
referred to as actors because they somehow feel that being called an actress is less than,
Yeah.
right?
I remember that.
So that's in that mission that, you know, you have to aspire to be like a man, whether you say it like that. I want to be on par with a man, so I can't be an actress because men can't be actresses, but I can be an actor. I could just drop the female label. And maybe when a married woman, the women started saying, call me Ms. instead of Miss or Mrs. Just the MS period. These were I guess these were the subtle things that some people, maybe most people, ignore the implications of what they're really trying to say. I think the new thing now, and I'm just jumping ahead, is that if you listen to women speak, they don't talk about having husbands. They talk about having partners. And a lot of people poo-poo that to mean is a euphemism of just saying husband. But no, they actually mean partner. That they don't mean husband, right? And a lot of guys just miss that, right? If my wife ever introduced me to anybody as her partner, I think we're gonna have it out right there. I don't have to worry about that. But I think we'd have it out right there in public. Hey, don't you ever introduce me like that? But I don't have to worry about that because my name to my wife is husband. That's all she calls me.
Well,
Yeah.
Arpain, whenever they start talking that partner talk, they're trying to substitute the word equality for equity. Because nobody wants to put in the same amount of sweat equity. You know what I'm saying? But everybody wants to be called equal.
Right.
Well, nobody actually puts in equal amount of work. You see what I'm saying? Nobody has the equal amount of responsibility, but for some strange reason, they want the same amount of equity.
Yeah, no
Somehow
doubt.
the math doesn't add up, man.
Well,
No doubt. Well, go ahead, Jeff.
I think what especially for us, we got caught up in the way the European man treats his woman. It's not in your nature to treat your woman like that. And two, because of the way he treats his woman, it called for something. The relief of what he does and the way he transacts business in his house called for the relief of something that makes no sense. Equity. I am not my wife's equal. My wife is, nigga, if my wife was equal to me, we would be fucking doomed. Oh my God. There are things that my wife is so much better at that I let her do because she's better at it. And those things she does at my behest, on my bidding, on my word. It doesn't emasculate me that my wife, dude, my wife is so much better with finances and taxes, and I understand all that shit, but the actual doing of it, fucking amazing. There's so many things. There are things that I do better than her. So I do those things and we are successful, but we're not equals. You don't want to, here, run this test on any woman. Ladies, do you want a man shorter than you? No. Do you want him to make less money than you? No. Do you want him to be stupider than you? No. But you want him to be your equal. How does that work? You want a man stronger than you, taller than you, smarter than you, that makes more money, but you want y'all to be equals. Where? Where? The problem is that a man that fits those descriptions doesn't need a mirror of him competing with him. He needs you to do the shit that he can't do, not the shit that he can. And in order to do the shit that he can't do, you can't be, what do you call it? Equals, nigga. Really doesn't get much. Yeah, okay. Let me bookmark this tab. Equals. It doesn't get much simpler than that. There's no such thing.
You know what the killing part about it is, Jeff? If they really wanted a man that was equal to them, he would have the same amount of student loan debt.
Wow.
He would have the same amount of credit card debt.
Well, you know what the problem is?
5 or 6 kids on the side, you know.
Here's the problem. Ooh, Jeff Brown. Here's the problem with Black society. Single mothers have raised men who are equal to them.
Right.
Wow.
He's equal to you. He resolves conflict like you. He can't control his temper like you. He reserves the right to change his mind like you. Because he saw you. And you raised you.
Yeah, and he's willing to opt out of his obligations because he's like them.
It's like you.
You know, that's the one thing men have, man. If we're obligated to something, and you know, especially your family, you know, that's the one thing we ain't gonna let go of. You know, we don't have those choices. Like I had a friend, his wife decided to come home and quit her job without telling him. She just came home and said, you know, I can't do it. I quit. You know, and unfortunately for them, you know, her salary, you know, kind of went
needed
to
that
her.
money.
Right. And she just decided to quit. A man, I mean, I couldn't imagine a man ever coming home and just say, hey, honey, you know what? I quit my job.
Fuck that job.
You can get fired, but you better not quit.
They was tripping.
Shoot,
The guy had put on his brow. He said, what you gonna do? You know, and you know, somehow they worked it out. Then she was smart enough to get another one fast, but they had no conversation about it. You know, so that was one of the things that I knew that in my family, I didn't care how much my wife made. We're living under the shit that I could afford. That was it. Because I always knew women are fickle, man. They just are. You know, I even knew it back in the dark ages, man. That shit was true then, and it's true now.
I told you, the more things change, the more they stay the same, man. Always. I told you, man, if women really wanted somebody that was equal to them, they would find somebody who's just as messed up as them. But we're not being honest.
Yeah, but they don't think they're messed up. That's the problem.
Of course they don't.
Wait a minute. I don't know. Watch that now. Okay. This is kind of what I said earlier. This is why most accomplished women get these himbos. Because his shit is so toe up, he can't tell you shit.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get a good looking nigga I can put out if he tell me about myself.
Exactly.
How the hell am I gonna deal with a dude? Okay, here's the last dude I want to deal with. Okay, I done graduated from Spelman. I make $400,000 to $600,000 a year, depending upon what I do. I'm fine. I got a couple of Europeans in the driveway. The last nigga I want to be dealing with is Clarence. Clarence is a plumber. Clarence didn't go to high school. Clarence learned plumbing after he got out of prison. And Clarence is all right. Clarence got a truck. Clarence just bought a second truck to go in another direction to do business for his plumbing. Clarence don't need your money. Clarence ain't impressed. He'll go buy a tuxedo. He'll go get one. If he like you enough, he won't rent the tuxedo. He'll buy it. Because he know he going to be going to nice shit with you. He'll get some of them shiny shoes. And he'll represent himself well. But anybody looking will know that Clarence is from the other side of Wilshire. He from over there with them niggas because he ain't hiding it. He also not taking your shit. That's exactly. You're not finna fuck with Clarence. Because Clarence, you're going to have to make some sense. And Clarence got him on the string. What you need is some nigga with a six-pack, look great in the tuxedo, tall, and can't put a down payment on a bag of toaster crumbs. That's what you need. Because you can tell that nigga what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You tell that nigga go sleep in the pool house, and he got to go sleep in the pool house. He gonna help you paint your toenails. He gonna bring all them bags in from Hermes. He gonna do all that shit. That's the guy. I get mark my fucking words. And it doesn't make me a genius. Well, I am a genius. It doesn't make me a genius because I say it. I just observed it.
Mm.
I just take a good look. Go back. And this ain't even just black people, black women. Go back and look at the dudes successful women get with. They are the male equivalent of the bimbos that successful men get with. Look at them.
Mm-hmm.
The relationships that go a long time.
That's the male version of the bad bitch, huh?
Bruh. Bruh. That nigga look
Bad
great
boy.
at the pool party. The great at the pool party.
Right. I guess the best, one of the most popular examples is Nicki Minaj. Her husband can't tell her a goddamn thing.
Can't tell her shit.
Can't tell her shit. You know, obviously she needs it for something. You know, maybe for the kids, right? To have the same father for her kids. But other than that, what's her use for this guy? You know,
We know.
Yeah,
We
you know,
know.
maybe he got one thing he knows how to do well and shit, you know,
Yeah,
and that's
we
good enough
know.
for her. But you know, she's not taking no direction from this guy. None.
And I think that's probably what Tracy Ellis Ross wants, man. She
That's
wants somebody
exactly what
that
she wants. That's exactly. You think some of those
yeah, she want
35-year-old guys she's sticking around gonna tell her anything?
a
She's
pool
gonna
boy.
pay. She's gonna buy them suits and shit. She's paying for. She's paying
Dress
for
them
the.
up like Ken and Barbie, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'll take that tux off. Put this one on. You know, come over here. You know, and rub my toes and shit. You know, that kind of shit.
And she
You
got
know,
up
so,
there in
hey,
front of
and
Michelle
here's
Obama
my
and
thing.
said it like it was a good thing.
I'm not mad at her for that, by the way. The only thing I'm mad at her is, you know, I would like her to come out and say, listen, at my level, I just don't want to have a man thinking that he could tell me what to do. I want to be free to do what I have.
She did say that.
That's it. No, but she counts it as the man being toxic. She wants a man not to be a man at her level. She wants a successful man who a captain of industry had to beat everybody out.
She wants a buddy.
Yeah, a man ain't gonna, you know, no accomplishment. You don't even have to be that accomplished. I wouldn't even accept no shit like that. And I'm on YouTube, you know, fat and shit. And I wouldn't do that shit.
This is what, look at the man who will. Tell me to fit my description.
Yeah.
Cannot be unattractive. He can't be unattractive.
You gotta
look at
be.
all these, they're always handsome.
Yeah.
He can't have too much of his own shit,
right.
Because if he does, he
ain't
gonna qualify.
He ain't gonna qualify. That's right.
Because if you get that dude that got some of his own shit, y'all ain't gonna be together for long. It's only gonna be so long before either he's too busy in his shit for you to do your natural duty, which is to help him with his shit. He gonna be you busy being Tracy Ellis Ross. You busy being a superstar. Well, he's busy owning 15 car dealerships. The woman who deals with him has to somehow amplify owning 15 car dealerships, whatever that looks like. You're too busy with your thing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be either that or he ain't going to take your shit, but it ain't going to work. You need that dude that's going to scoop all your bags up from the car and bring them in. You need that dude. You need the dude that'll sit with your purse in the mall while you shop and come back. You need that dude that in a room full of people you can tell to shut the fuck up. You need that dude. And you're not going to find him. You ain't going to find many dudes that drive a bus that's going to let you do that. You're going to need a nigga that's trying that is tired of sleeping on couches and wants to move up.
Yeah. Let's say right now she has access to toxic. That I tell her, toxic masculinity is all she has access to.
Well, she's right. She's right. All that she has access to, the sentence is a little short. All that she has access to that qualifies mentally for what she sees as masculine traits, leadership, take charge, handsome, done some shit, accomplished. Bro, it's a long list of them brothers that's not gonna fuck with you. Those dudes are not fucking with you. It's not that they don't exist. It's that all I see is toxic masculinity in the men that I feel qualified for me.
I know. That's so funny. Their qualities are toxic, sir. That's which is really fun. I said, you bitch, that's your problem.
Yes.
This guy
You know what I
got
don't
all
understand? I don't understand, Jeff, and our pain is that Tracy got all this money and decided to spend not a dime of it on therapy.
I think she thinks her health is her therapy. I think, she said meditation with her whole mind.
Listen, if all you have access to is toxicity and you have access to therapy, you are choosing toxicity.
Well, the only thing I would correct is she's interpreting the best qualities of successful men as toxic.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes. And they're the same damn traits that got her where she is and got her mama where her mama was, but they're masculine traits. And all the dudes ain't shit. All of them.
Some of these guys are probably great guys and shit. She just doesn't want to be under their cover.
Look here, a lot of them are great guys. A lot more of them don't line up aesthetically. A lot more of them don't line up financially. And if she didn't have, remember, dude, your mother is Diana Ross.
Right.
From the day you were brought, and your father was a rich heeb outside of that.
Right.
From the day you were brought home from the hospital till just now, you ain't missed shit. The earth has been lining up to kiss your ass for 5 decades. Try to deal with that woman, and she's still fine.
The thing also is on this, Diana Ross, whatever you think about her, she was successful. She had a full family, husband, all that shit. And then she went back into the studio and just made some kind of album or whatever it was. She'd probably go, Flipple platinum, just putting it out there. No tours, no nothing. She was successful, but she had a full life, right? She had kids all over the place. She still can sing. And so I'm saying, it's like, Tracy has some serious arrested development in her privilege. Was somehow arresting to her. I mean, as a full woman, not that you have to have a kid, no. But her way as she looks at men and relationships, I think has always been kind of skewed, you know? So, and she is where she is. And what they don't say in a stupid podcast that she regrets some of those decisions she's made. You could tell it's all over. It's all over.
Well, like I said, the universe is going to require humility. There will be humility is going to grind your fake high horses, ladies, all the way down to the tips of the ears, and you are going to ride that horse until it is ground, until there is no more. But the problem will be that grinding wheel that has been started up will be running full speed when your ass hit it. You are sitting on a horse that cannot run. Your high horse cannot run. This high horse is on a grinding wheel that society is slowly grinding. Oh, it just picked up speed. Grinding this fake wooden horse down, and there's your ass about to hit that grinder. You can play this shit all you want. All this talk about trying to get even, and well, men don't, and if men and we don't, all that shit is about to be for naught. Look at the stock market. Look, you didn't learn nothing in 2020? When the shit hit the fan, everybody else got their man, but you. Everybody else. Puerto Ricans got their man. Mexicans got their man. Armenians got their man. Hebes got their man. Where your man? Fleeing you from this country. And you don't see that as an embarrassment. Okay. Well, I see this a whole lot different than most people. I'm finna watch. Hey, y'all come watch this shit here. I really don't. Every time they say something snippy or underhanded or about men that does not help them, I am painfully aware of how ignorant many of them still are. Give it 12 months and look for that kind of talk.
You know what, man? I have seen a lot of tombstones, you know what I mean, in the cemetery. They have in loving memory of my wife, husband, father, you know what I'm saying? I have yet to
devoted father, yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff, you know, soldier this and that type of thing, you know what I mean? I have yet to see someone's net worth on their tombstone.
You hear what I say?
I have yet to see someone's degree on their tombstone.
Did you hear what I say?
But yet we hang our hats, well, they hang their hats on successes that will outlive them. I don't get that. I don't get that. You know, your family is what you should hang your hat on, because that's going to outlive you. That piece of paper, that money, all of that stuff. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to get shoved in a box in the back of the closet, and you'll be an afterthought. That's exactly what's going to happen. And when you're gone, people are going to spend whatever money you had left, cry over you, eat some nasty green beans down the repast once you're gone, and they ain't going to think nothing else about you. Probably going to talk about you, you know. And that's about it. And that's what they hang their hat on. It's amazing, man. But they never think about that stuff. It's more important for them to poke and prod at somebody else instead of poking and prodding at themselves. Say, hey, I need to get in gear. I need to fix this, like right away. I don't get it, Jeff. Harpain, I don't get it, man.
Yeah, well, it's the way it is. All right. So what else is there, gentlemen? You know what? Maybe a conversation that we did have on Risky was about this year 2053, when they say that blacks will become a permanent underclass. I guess that our median net income is going to go to zero. Have you heard about that, Jeff? That
Yes.
they
Yes.
probably happened long before then, but go ahead.
Well, the only way to prepare for it is to, and this is what I keep saying about worthless men. Worthless men and the scallywags and children of them are going to have no currency in the future. They'll have no currency. I'm not discussing what paper you can accumulate. I'm discussing what do you have socially, mentally, physically of value that you can bring to a situation that can make an individual barter with you. What can you fix? What can you protect? What can you teach? If you don't have that, where you think you're going to be when this zero shit hit? Where? The only thing that's going to last, and here's what it's going to look like, is skillful men. Our Payne is a carpenter. I'm a plumber. Lit is an electrician. We all live in the same tribe. Without question, Lit did my electrical. Our Payne built my house. I did my own plumbing. And because Our Payne built my house, I did Our Payne's plumbing. And if it wasn't a fair exchange, I did some more free plumbing for Our Payne until we agreed it was fair. And then we all did the same thing till all three of us had houses. And then we go to where things our village needs and we do their plumbing, electrical. That's how it's going to work for a minute. If you're not prepared to do that, if you can't fix a car, if you can't build a computer, if you can't code, if your only value is your muscles and your dick, God bless you. God bless you.
There's no shortage of that in the world. You know that, don't you?
Bruh. Okay? There's no this shit about to change hard. It's about to change hard, man. It's changing now. These white folks done shown these regular white folks that they don't give a shit about them. The veil has been unlifted. The veil has been lifted. Excuse me. I say it again. I invite y'all. I'm going to go find some of the links where it's me on the Zoe Morning Show with me. Shout out to Zoe Williams. We did many, many shows together, got millions of hits. Bruh, drop the needle anywhere in the past 10 to 12 years, and you will hear me say that Black people will not work together until Puffy and a homeless Black man are being chased by the same militiaman. Black people will not be working together. I also said that once the white man figures out he been fucked over it's a little bit less than us, it's going to be smoke in every city. And that was January 6th. And that's what you about to see now. You about to see smoke in every city. Now, the problem is the smoke ain't really about you. It ain't really. And they know that. The problem is When this shit gets unruly, you don't have no friends. You have no friends. You are outnumbered with no friends, and most of you are idiots. That's the real shit, which is why those of you who are not idiots need to find 9 more people just like you and be ready when this shit cut loose. Because I don't see how. Please, somebody tell me how that don't make sense. It's not going to cut loose. You shouldn't form a band of the intelligent and the formidable. You shouldn't be on alert right now. What about that don't make sense?
I can't tell you, man.
All right, good brothers.
Yeah, man.
I have enjoyed this, but this is where I take my leave of you because you niggas is rolling over into Mrs. Brown's time. And when I tell you, y'all don't, neither one of you niggas look like Mrs. Brown. God damn. No, you don't. So, yeah. I got to break out like the chicken pox. But this was a dope ass show. As usual, please keep it up. We are dope. This is needed. This is necessary. And it is not for now. It's not for now. Just like you niggas keep feeling sorry for the people that's going to be left behind. You're in 1988. You're in Noah. You're in Noah. You're in the past. What you're doing is for the future. You're doing it right now. That was some fly ass shit I just hit because I smoke really good weed.
As always, it's a pleasure, Jeff. You done dipped out. Our pain, that was good, man. Listen, on the way out the door, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit share. Our pain, as always, it's a pleasure. Did you want to add anything before we get up out of here, Mike?
Nah, man. We said a lot, man. It's good. It's cool. Until next time.
Indeed.
We got I guess there's some shows coming up. There's always Friday.
Right.
Boss Man got a show tomorrow. It's the sports show. And then on Friday is the barbershop. So we will be back at it again.
Indeed. Make sure y'all go out there and watch the Michael B. Jordan movie, man. Send us, and we come back, we can talk about it.
Oh, yeah. I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it already?
I'm going to go see it Friday in IMAX, man. So,
yeah, let me ask you a question. Are you into Andor? Rogue One?
Here's the thing. It's hard for me to get into Andor to follow that story because I'm looking for something I can relate to and different characters. Okay. None of those characters are linked to anybody. So it's kind of hard to follow that.
Did you see Rogue One?
Yeah, I seen Rogue One. Yeah. And that was hard to follow too.
Oh man. I mean, with all the flops that Star Wars has put, I thought Rogue One was one of the best. They call it a Star Wars thing because it tells you kind of the origins before New Hope, right?
Right.
I just thought man, I can't. I must have watched around 5 times. I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
And so my man Andor is from Rogue One, right? And he was hard hitting. He told the chick, "Hey, listen, man, I was going to kill this dude. I didn't. So what about it?" It was one of the best lines,
Right.
But I'm into Andor. I thought it was pretty damn good, man. So the season started tonight.
That's what's up. See, I'm more of the Mandalorian, man. I like Grogu
went off the rails,
Mandalorian, man.
Yeah, but then they took Pedro Pascal out of it and made it into this woman's thing, which I like.
He doing Fantastic Four stuff now, so
yeah,
he's gonna have his hands.
He's busy. They just he's also on that The Best of Us on Max or whatever, The Rest of Us, whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching.
He's popular, man. So he's got his hands full.
Well, yeah, I like that show, but they've also kind of tipped the scales to where the men are always secondary to the chicks. I kind of don't like that part.
Right.
But
like
anyway,
I said earlier, man, make sure y'all watch that between 9 and 10 so we can talk about it, bro.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about going there today. My wife got busy. I was going to take her, but I'm going to end up seeing that one in the movies because I usually don't go to the flicks, but I want to see that one.
Yeah. Maybe we want to support the brothers, man. And Ryan Coogler for making good movies, man, and giving us a different perspective on how we can see it and turning Hollywood up on its ears, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and the cast of those people, man. I appreciate them.
All righty, man.
All right,
All
we're
right,
gonna
bro.
be up out of here, man. Y'all appreciate you. Thank you.
Good
And
night.
God bless. Good night, good evening, and goodbye.